Hi everybody, I thought I would try to make flour tortillas tonight. So I thought I'd bring you along with them and we can make them together. What you will need is 3 cups flour, 1/4 of a teaspoon and 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking powder. Put right in here. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. There we go, I'll mix that together. Okay, then we're going to mix in 1/4 of a cup of butter flavored Crisco. You can use regular Crisco or lard, but I'm using butter flavored Crisco. Give it a richer taste, give these things some flavor. And I'm also going to mix in 2 tablespoons of bacon fat, or bacon grease. I don't care what you make, everything tastes better with bacon, and I'm going to get every single bit of this out that I can. Okay, there we go, my hands are clean. And then you're going to take and you're going to crumble this in to your flour and make sure till it gets good and crumbly. I haven't made these before, but I watched the woman do it on YouTube, and I don't even remember what video it was I saw, but I was smart enough to write down the recipe. Anyway, they looked really good when she got done, and like I said, butter flavored Crisco is going to give it richness, and you can't go wrong with bacon fat. Okay, we're going to get this all crumbled in here. Oh, this is looking nice. I like playing in food. Cooking's about the only time you can play with your food and it's considered presentable. Any other time, do it at the dining table and you're in trouble. But you can definitely get away with it in the kitchen. Okay, we got it good and crumbled in there. Next thing you're going to want to do is we're going to add boiling water. Not hot water, not cool water. You want to add a cup of boiling water. Ouch. And I just spilled it on my floor. That was a lot of fun. Okay, let's stir this in here. I'm going to do it with a fork and then I'll get in with my hand, because right now I'm betting that's a little too hot to touch. And because we're at a high altitude, I may have to add just a little bit more water, but we'll see. Ooh, that is warm. Okay. But anyway, from what she was saying on the video, and several others I watched, the big trick for making tortillas is you've got to use boiling water. And you have to let it rest. I never had much luck in making them before. But once again, that was because, 1, I didn't use boiling water, and 2, I never let it rest. She recommended letting it rest for an hour, so that's what I'm going to do. And then we'll have it for dinner tonight with our ranch beans. Oh, on a cold day, this feels really good on your hands. It's nice and warm. And I'm incorporating it in there. It does take a little bit of work to get it all incorporated in your dough. But it will come together. And like I said, if you need, oh thank you babe. If you need to, which I might because we're at such a high altitude, I'm going to add a couple more teaspoons, probably about 3 teaspoons, we'll see, of water. A teaspoon. I'm just going to bring my pan over here. We'll start out with 2. And go from there. The one thing about anything dealing with flour, it's hot. Anything dealing with flour, like any type of bread or tortilla or anything, depends a lot on one, your altitude, and two, what the weather's like. So you can't really do a set recipe. You can do a recommended, but you really have to kind of work with it. And like I said, I'll add a little bit of time because I can always add more I can't take out. But you're going to want the consistency of a bread dough, and this looks like it's doing pretty good. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to want to add any more or not, because this is doing really well. Oh, it does feel a little dry, so I'm going to add one more, and then that should work. Probably just half of this. Hold up halfway. There we go. Like I said, if you're not sure, just go a little bit at a time. Oh yeah, this is doing really well. Okay, and don't forget too, your water is not going to all the way incorporate in your flour until it rests. That's what you're basically doing. You're letting all those water all that water work its way in and work into that flour dough to moisten it all up. Okay. So I'm kneading it here. It does take a lot of kneading. I guess you could use your KitchenAid. That would make it a lot easier, I would think, and I generally do use a KitchenAid when I make my bread. But looks pretty good to me. Sticking together. You know what? That looks a little dry. I'm going to add just a little bit more. So in total, I used the 3 teaspoons I was talking about. I ended up putting another half in, so it ended up being 3 teaspoons more. One, we're at over 400,000 feet, so our altitude will definitely play a factor. But even when I make bread, I always ended up at least adding 3 teaspoons to 3 tablespoons more than the recipe qualifies. Because like I said, once again, depends on the day, what the weather is. And definitely with our altitude, I at least have to add 3 more teaspoons. There we go. Oh, that looks good. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay, sorry, I had to go get a plastic bag. When you get it like this, you want to put it in a plastic bag. Close it up till you get right to the corner. Let all the air out as much as you can. There we go. Close it up and we'll let it sit for 1 hour. Let it work together and do its magic. And I'll be back at the end of that hour. Okay, after an hour's up, you want to take your dough and I think here. You're going to want to cut it into 6 pieces. Or sorry, 12 pieces. Okay. Depending on how big you want your thing. Then you're going to take those 6 pieces and cut it again, which basically you want 12 pieces. I'll put it to you that way. Basically you want 12 pieces when you're done of dough for 12 tortillas. Okay. I'm going to turn these into little balls. Just makes it easier to roll them out. Honey, can you hear me a plate? And I'm basically sticking my finger underneath and pushing them around my finger. Okay. Just do this. There we go. Same thing, I'm just pushing my finger down here and rolling it around my finger. There we go. You go ahead and turn that off. Just turning off my beans. Okay, there we go. Okay, and what you want to do, I'm going to come over this way, is you want to roll these, put this extra flour up here, as thin as you can. Should have got my pastry cloth. It probably would have been easier. Okay, don't expect perfection like the woman told me on the video the first time. It takes practice, and you're going for taste, which basically counts on this thing, because believe me, if I was going for presentation, I'd be chopped like the series. They look at my tortillas and say, "Forget her." There we go. And you want to cook these in a cast iron, non-greased cast iron skillet. Don't use a non-stick pan. You want to use a cast iron skillet. Okay. Figure that about done, and then I get it thinner. You want it where you can almost, well, you can pretty much see through it. That's how thin you want it. So you're going to be doing some rolling. You're definitely going to get a workout, and you're definitely going to get some good sized tortillas. See right there, it's a little thin. I can almost see my board under it. And you can see how big that little bit of thing got. Actually, I think I'm going to make them a little smaller. That's getting really big. You know what, Rick? Mm-hmm. And that's almost paper thin. Oh yeah, I can see through that sucker. Okay. You're going to heat up your skillet. And I'm going to show you how to do this one, because I'm not going to bore you with all of them. Anyway, like I said, you want them as thin as possible. And I'm definitely going to cut these down in half for what the size they said, because they said 12. I'm thinking 24, because this thing's getting huge. Okay, got to heat up the skillet?
It's heating.
It's heating? Okay. Okay, I'll bring you back when our skillet's hot. Okay, real quick, this is one, you can see through it, that I did, almost see through it, I cut the ball in half, so you want to put them in 24 balls, not 12. Makes a better sized tortilla. Okay, I'm going to the grill. Should be hot enough. If you'll follow me over. Here we go. Let that cook up. Don't walk away, because it won't look ready, and then it will look ready. Sure. You want your heat about low medium. And you see I'm getting like little bubbles on here. I'm dying to try these. They're going to be good with these beans over here that I made. The ranch beans. Okay. Alright, see I'm getting the bubbles on top? That tells me I want to check it. Oh yeah. Okay, let go on the bottom. Probably could have let it go on a little longer on this side. I'll flip it back over here in a minute. It's the waiting game. As you can see, they're getting a little puffy. I don't know about you, but I am hungry. Working outside all day in that cold and the rain. Did you notice it started sleeting for a little bit? It did. Not a lot. Because I was working the camera, my hands are freezing, and I put the gloves on to help you, and there we go. So if you press it, it'll puff up. Well, they're puffing up on their own, so I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Okay. Set that there. Put the other one in, and we'll give that one a try. This is the real big one I made. There we go. That one quick. You ready to try it?
Mm-hmm.
You want butter or just eat it like this?
Try it like that.
There you go. Honest opinion. Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Guys, if you make these, definitely use the bacon grease and the buttered, sorry. If you make these, definitely use the butter, Crisco, and the bacon, because oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to have to finish this one off while I'm waiting on my other ones, even though it's not time for dinner yet. So, this is really good. Give it a try. This will definitely be a recipe I will keep. And thanks for watching. I'm going to film my face. Bye. Okay, just a quick note. After making these tortillas, I only have one left. I will never buy store-bought again. As you can see, I cleaned my plate. They were so good. Once you learn how to make these, believe me, you will never buy store-bought again. They are so good. At least not for me, I'm not buying any store-bought. Anyway, just an afterthought. Bye.